Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Rise of the Beasts Core Class RC figure. So what we're going to do this video, we're going to unbox her live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We'll have a detailed look at her in both of her modes to help you decide how you want to display it. We can see how she looks and displays with some of the other figures that I've got from the Rise of the Beasts movie so far, which obviously isn't all of them. We can then see how she looks and displays and compares to some of the other RC Studio Series figures that have been released of her over the past few years, and indeed just some other core class figures as well. So there we go, loads to get through. So as I'm starting to pack all these away, I need to thank Robot Recruits in the UK, because that's who I purchased this from, and as you can see, they got her out to me nice and safely. And the other thing as well is just remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So yeah, she's a core class, and this makes perfect sense because she's going to scale really well with the rest of the figures, because of course her alternate mode is a motorcycle. So we've got an actual movie image there of her by the looks of it. We've got her in robot mode at the front, windowless packaging obviously, and there again is that looks like to be pretty accurate to her on-screen appearance from what we've seen in the trailer, and we can see it's going to take 11 steps to transform her. There she is again, full pretty much size robot. So let's open this up and indeed do that. Let's have a look at it. So I've not seen this at all apart from pictures. I've seen no reviews, and I've not even seen one in hand, so this is going to be really sort of interesting. We've got the instructions there as usual, and she's tied on, but because it looks like there's some wheels in there as well, rather than just tangling her and carrying on, I'm going to set her free and come straight back to you. Okay, so she's set free from the packaging, and these were the two things that were wrapped up. The first things first, we're going to attach the wheel, which you can see just goes in there, and I'm going to leave the kickstand, which doubles up as a gun, for the next two segments. What we're going to do now first and foremost is some first impressions, and these genuinely are, I've not seen this figure in hand, I've not seen any videos on this, I've just seen some stock images and some images on videos, from videos, but not actually watched a review. So what I'm liking straight away is that detail there on the head sculpt. You can see that there's quite a bit on it. I don't think my camera's doing this any justice. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh yeah, we can. So you can see we've obviously got cheeks, we've got lips, we've got a chin, we've got different coloured eyes. It even looks like, I think she's got like obviously eyeliner on or something around the top of the eyes. It looks really, really good. There's lots of detail on it there. Let's just come back out, have a look at the articulation on there. So we've got obviously head all the way around. It's like on a mushroom or ball and socket, so it goes all the way around and up and down. The shoulders are ball and sockets as well, and they move out and around. We've got, you could call it a shoulder swivel, but it's not. It's at the bicep where there is also flexion. There's a waist swivel, there's hips on ball and sockets, knee bend, and there's not really an ankle tilt or rock, but these will fold underneath and again can be used like roller skates, like the other version of it, which we'll have a look at in more detail again in another segment coming up. But with regards to first impressions, she's very good. You got the detail there on the front of her chest, nice painting apps. There is obviously loads of kibble on the back, but it's a, you know, it's a cheaper core, it's a price point of a core class figure, and exactly that. So we've got this. You could take this off if you wanted to, but because the other wheels there's no point really. It's covered up by her upper torso anyway, and to be honest, they do quite a good job of hiding them wheels behind the legs, so they're not too much of an eyesore. Granted, they are that way, but again, it's a core class figure and it's super basic. Right, let's have a look at her in our alternate mode then. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring the head down first and foremost. We're going to fold these arms up. Hopefully this will all go together. It looks relatively simple. We've got tabs, cutouts and tabs, etc. So these should fold in together and line up like so. Yep, there we go. You can see the pink tabs have just clicked in, and indeed the red ones and the white one now as well. Just centralize these together into the back of that, and there we go, because what we're going to need in a second is this cutout there. Right, let's rotate her 180 degrees like so. There's the front of the wheel. We need to cover her head up now. So with the legs, take these around, rotate them the other way. Now this is pretty clever. Fold the wheel out And then what you're going to do, you're going to cascade the leg over itself. So bend the knee all the way back over, join that together like a jigsaw piece and bring it underneath just for now. Same principle with this side, bring it around underneath, fold it up and over. Oh, let me just line this up. I went the wrong way. Fold it over that way, line it up, and then bring the wheel out. So you can see it's taking shape now. We need to bring this underneath by bringing this back like so. Bring the wheel out. Right, what we're looking at doing is the back wheel is going to hold together. One's got one port and two notches, and you've got the opposite on this side. So let's join these together like so. These are quite fiddly, as you can see. Then we need to bring the wheel right out. So pull these out, and what we've got now is that tab, sorry, that port there I was on about. Slot this into there. It should click in. There we go. That's clicked in over the top. Now you just need to make sure everything's snugly together. Now it won't balance straight away. This is where the kickstand comes in. You've got two notches underneath, two cutouts there, and it looks like that's going to slot into place like so. And there you go, she stands perfectly, and it's a great little alternate mode. Look at the detail there. Now you've got obviously the gold rims on the inside, tyres on that side. As you can see, the wheels go round, no issue whatsoever. The chest has turned out brilliantly as the headlights, and indeed that bit there. And we've even covered up the head pretty well, to be honest, by the chassis of the bike. You can pop little figures on like this. They can ride on her no problem whatsoever. Yep, she balances on, he balances on her no problem whatsoever. She is tiny though, as I say, and that's I suppose the main purpose of this. There's a Voyager class battle trap and indeed Voyager class Cheetor completely towering above it, and he's fell over, but I'm going to keep that in because it just happened. There's no point resetting it. Right, let's see how she looks compared to some other actual core class figures. She is really small for a core class figure. Here's Freezer, like so. There we go. Freezers. Looks completely mental compared to her, to be honest. Not too bad whatsoever, but I'm going to be displaying her, I think, in her robot mode, even though she does look good with that little backdrop as well, to be honest. And of course it does remind me very much so of the trailer, with her coming, I'm sure she's coming around the corner, but in fact she's in robot mode coming around the corner, and she attached to, is it Wheeljack? I think so. Anyway, let's take her back to robot mode then. So open this part up. Oh, there you go. If you do that, it doesn't make any difference either. I've just popped them off there. If anybody's new to this channel and they're wondering why I'm keeping these in, because it's reassuring for you guys if this happens to you, that it's just as simple as that. Just pop them back on. It's not detrimental, it's not broken, and unfortunately things like this do happen. So there you go. Right, let's take the wheels. Let's roll these out of the way. So let's turn her upper torso around first. Bring this right, the legs out, because we need to sneak this front part behind. Turn the legs around at the thighs. I'm going to load the transformation process video up as well separately, and fold the knees down. And do you know what, let's have a look at a roller skate mode then. So bring the knees down, and I'm pretty sure this is what she might have looked like, what she was doing in the trailer when she was on these. Again, it's very similar to the Bumblebee movie version of her. Will she balance though? Probably not. Although then again, yeah, she should be able to. If I turn these tabs down far enough, let's have a look. I'd like to, so I can stand some of the other figures next to her. Worst case scenario, I'm going to balance her next to, I need to turn the legs out a little bit. There we go. So she will balance up on them wheels. So funnily enough, that's, I think, the last, or at least one of the last Studio Series versions of her, where she's totally scaled down. Then we've got a G1 version, obviously, of her from the Studio Series 86 toy line, like so. Let's move this one out of the way because it's not very relevant. I know it's a different movie, but there indeed again is Bumblebee, who's a small deluxe, so she's as big as him, in roller skate mode, and with Freezer next to her. And I haven't put him away, but he better stay up this time. There's Cheetor, just about. Let me tilt this up slightly now. There we go. And indeed battle trap as well. So for a core class figure, when she's on her wheels, she is really, really quite tall. Right, I'm going to keep them there, I suppose, because what I'll do now is I'll fold her feet back down like this. There we go. And there is her accessory, which was a kickstand and could also be doubled up as a gun. That'll fit in her hand like so. And let's just, as I say, tidy this up and finish this off, because I think I've covered all bases with regards to what she looks like and what she can do. She's a brilliant little figure, to be honest, and especially for the price point. Let me know what you think of her in the comments, guys. Take care.